I'm starting my second video with focus on bundles in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. And this bundle is the Posted for You and Festive Post, which is, and I showed these yesterday in when I made card number 1. So this was card number 1 that I made, but I used the wrong colors here. I mean, this is mint macaron, but this is Pool Party instead of mint macaron. So, and I used Petal Pink for the pink one, and that was, I believe, the wrong color. I went back and looked at the picture that I printed, and my printer is light, but I redid the card, and it's much better as far as that could be a pool party, the whole card pool party, but this one is mint macaron. I used the mint macaron DSP finally, and I used Blushing Bride. So I think it's a better color combination. And then I added these self-adhesive sequins from the Artistry Blooms in the annual catalog. I have them. So I'm going to start what I'm determining as card number 2 now. And this is my host code for the month of December. If anyone is interested in ordering from me, I have a workshop started. You can order, and I am offering a drawing to put your name in a drawing, and I will be offering raffle prizes, and there will be a first, second, and third. So if you choose to go to lindellscardescape.stampinup.net, and I did not put that on here. Let me pull out, I think I have something that I can use to reinforce that. Let's see. This is my host code, like I said, and then this is my information. And there you have it. lindellscardescape.stampinup.net. I have a blog as well. This may be, you can't see it maybe. Let's see if I can turn this light off for a moment and stop the glare. Okay, there we go. There you go. I turned that light off. And I'm going to turn it back on now. So that's what we have, and that is my host code for December. So let's turn my light back on. So this is the card number 2 that I want to make. And I took a guess at some of the colors. I got what I thought were the right colors. And the background stamping I did not do. I'm not sure... without looking if that is a background stamp or what it is, but I did a background, but I did not do the dots. So that part I'm not real sure. I'm not real sure what that is, and I didn't see a recipe for it. So let's put that aside. And I did do a sample not using that background. I used the In Good Taste designer series paper for my background, and I wasn't happy with that at all. That was way too busy, and I didn't like it. I also used some of the crystal effects, I believe it's called, and put some diamond dust on them for a little sparkle. But on this card that I'm going to make, I'm going to use those Artistry Blooms sequins again, I think. So we're going to make this as a slimline card, so it's a different sizing, and on the inside is pretty simple. It's a happy birthday, a little bit late, and I mentioned in yesterday's video video number 1 that I wanted to do some birthday cards. So I'm going to do this sentiment differently as well. I'm going to do the sentiment, which is sending love your way, and it's all one piece. And I'm going to do that one piece. I'm not going to cut it. I'm not going to cut it and fussy cut it and do that. I'm going to do it one piece. I think it'll be a little easier to do. So here we go. So I have a strip here that I will use for the sentiment, and I think it's enough. Maybe it's this one, 3/4. It's a 3/4 inch size, and I think that will just fit the sentiment. Yes, so 3/4, and by whatever length this is, then that's for the sentiment on the front, and that will be cut. This piece is what I'm going to use for the bridge. I call it the bridge that will that I will put all of these to in order to place them onto the mat. I found it was a little hard. They're on dimensionals, so it was a little difficult. So I decided, I'm not sure how it was done at Stampin' Up, but that's what I did. And I'll adhere them first to this in position, and then they'll have dimensionals on them, and that'll go down. So I think that'll work better. So that's what that little piece is for. And then these are scraps for, I forgot one thing, the vellum. Hold on. You would think doing it 2 nights in a row, I would not do that. So I'm going to use a small piece. Well, I'm going to use a piece of vellum that is a 2 1/4 punch. So let's just go ahead and punch that out now. This is in the catalog, in the annual catalog, the 2 1/4 punch. So that way we have that done, out of the way. And I'll go back now and show you the stamp sets. I forgot to do that, even though they were on my last video, but you might not have seen that. Posted for You is the stamp set that is the bundle. And the bundle includes the stamp set and this punch that looks like a postage stamp. And there you have, that's a party light sticker. Well, Sandy, I was looking at candles. So that is the bundle, and you get that at 10% off out of the catalog. And then in the mini catalog that expires January 4th, this set was brought on. This is a cling set, so that means it's a red rubber set. And this set coordinates with this punch as well. And it is a photopolymer set, and it's got some really neat little things to make, to use the postage stamp punch for. This can be used for a lot of other things. It's a great perfect size for doing a sentiment and punching out just put a simple sentiment on a card and punching it out. So the other stamp set that I used is because I was doing birthdays. Now, yesterday I used the happy birthday from the Posted For You. On that card, I did use the happy birthday here, but today I'm using the Sending Love Your Way, which is what's on this card, but I'm putting inside the card, Happy Little Bit Late Birthday. And I'll do that, stamp that in Blushing Bride on the white Whisper White cardstock. So the other pieces that we'll need, our base is 8 1/4 by 7, and I scored it at 3 1/2. I have written 3 1/4 here, but 3 1/2. And then I went inside and I just wanted to see what that postage, that canceled postage stamp would look like as a background. The piece that's going to go in here, the layered piece, is 8 by 3 1/4. And that's going to go in here. And like I said, the happy birthday little bit late, or happy little bit late birthday, is going to go in here. So I think that'll be cute. And then the top layers, and this is the one that I'm going to stamp with that postage canceled. This is the same cardstock, Blushing Bride, and it's 8 by 3 1/4 to leave us that border that we need. And I think in the picture this was elevated. I believe this was elevated on dimensionals. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do that or not. I'm not real sure. So that is, and then this will be the focal piece that the postage stamps will go on, and it is 7 1/2 by 2 3/4. So we are going to start first and stamp this mat with Blushing Bride. And I'm going to be using, oh, I didn't go with, sorry, wait a minute, we have to finish. I didn't finish. All of these are scrap pieces that the postage stamp will cut on. And there's Daffodil Delight, and we will use Daffodil Delight ink. Granny Apple Green, and we'll use Granny Apple Green ink. Melon Mambo, and we'll use Melon Mambo ink. And I wasn't sure what the picture had, if it was Balmy Blue or Seaside Spray. I decided to do Balmy Blue, and the ink. Blushing Bride, and of course the Blushing Bride ink, and Melon Mambo, and the Melon Mambo ink. So that's what we're going to do our stamping with, to use the postage stamp. We'll be using as well our snips from the catalog, our tools that we need, a bone folder, take your pick tool, multi-purpose adhesive. I have glue dots and mini as well as regular size dimensionals. I have my own pick, which is not a Stampin' Up product, but it's a very handy product, thanks to a friend, Julia. And I have run out of Stampin' Seal Plus. Shame on me. But I had some bonus coupons, and I ordered my Stampin' Seal Plus. So tonight, for the benefit of the video, I'm going to use regular Stampin' Seal, but Stampin' Seal Plus is the go-to. And I'll use, like I said, the liquid adhesive, which is also sold. And then the sequins are from Artistry Blooms. We'll use those, and they are self-adhesive. And the colors, I think, they're not the same colors as I'm using, but they will coordinate quite well. I feel like they're going to go nicely. So they're really, really, really pretty colors. And I just think when you lay out all these colors and you... oh, what happened to that? I lost... did anybody see that happen? Oh, no, here it is. Sorry. Okay. They're back to back, so they wouldn't get stuck on each other, but I got them stuck anyway. So see, they're really pretty sequins. So we'll use those. And I will be using Whisper White twine. And I did, the wraparound twine was 26 inches. And then I did another 15 inches for a double bow to put on that. I think that's it, other than our stamp blocks, and I have all my stamps loaded on the blocks. So we have a block H. We have 2 block C's. We have 2 block D's. And we have 2 block B's. So we have a lot of blocks, but that's the way it is. So now I'm going to do this background with the Blushing Bride. Let's clear away some of these things so we can work. And let me get a piece of scratch paper for any stamping off, because we will stamp off of this to cover it, because I want, especially the outer edges, because that's really all that's going to be seen are the outer edges. So I'm in camera range, and it's a very cold night. It was a cold night last night, but tonight it's not quite as cold. I think the cool finally got to us here in South Carolina. There was some snow at our friends in Tennessee day before yesterday, or in the evening. And up in the mountains where the leaves were changing that I wanted to go see, or went to see, Asheville, North Carolina, they had a little snow, but that was just dusting and didn't last, I'm pretty sure. We should not be getting any of that. So there we go. I'm going to do that as background. And there again, it's not a lot, but I'm thinking maybe I should fill it in so that, ooh, I overstamped. I have a halo here, so that's a no-no. Kind of make a border here with the word special delivery. That's all that will be seen around the edge, or 1/4 inch. A lot of it won't be seen. And special delivery happens to be at top and bottom of the circle, so that makes it easy to get it on there all the way around. This is probably way too much, but it's going to be covered, so let's hope that will be all good. And I will be using, also, I use the Stampin' Scrub to clean my stamps. We do have a chamois, but I like the Stampin' Scrub. And the Stampin' Mist. I just squirt that Stampin' Scrub. I keep it clean, squirt it with some Stampin' Mist, and clean the stamps right off. And they're ready to go again. Okay, since we have the Blushing Bride out, let's do our Blushing Bride postage stamp. And they were lined up in a certain order as far as the way these little postage stamps were, and I'm just gonna I think I'm going to stamp it with the floral, not the birds, but the floral image. So this is a floral image, and we're going to do, so this is called Tone on Tone. I'm stamping the Blushing Bride cardstock with Blushing Bride ink, and it shows like that. So I want to open my Stampin' Scrub over here so I can clean. And there again, a lot don't use this anymore, but I really love it. Wet one side and one side is dry. you clean your stamp off and it's just done. So I'll keep it handy over here. We're done. No, we're not done with the Blushing Bride. We want to stamp the inside sentiment. And that is the happy little bit late birthday. And I tend to be a late birthday wisher, so a belated birthday card comes in handy for me. I don't mean to be, but it happens. So there we have happy birthday, little bit late, little bit. So that's all with our Blushing Bride. We can put that aside. And now let's see, let's stamp the Mango Melody with, we did the flower for that one. Let's do the birds in the branches. Okay. Simple. Let's now do a flower in Balmy Blue. I don't know how they were done. I don't recall how they were done. Let's see. Balmy Blue, they're showing on their card. Well, you know what? Let's look at our card. Let's just do it the way we did it here. I'll have to reverse the daffodil and the melon mambo. No, I don't. It really doesn't matter, but let's do it the way my card is done and save ourselves. Then I know the placement without having to worry about it. So I did flowers on the melon mambo. So see, the cardstock was good to flip. Just flip it and do what I needed to do. So that's the melon mambo. Birds were on. I did it totally wrong. Birds are on the Blushing Bride. So let's put the birds on the Blushing Bride. Okay. Alrighty. I'll keep those two stamps over there ready to go. Okay, those two are done. My next stamp pad is Melon Mambo. Let's do that with the birds. That's what's showing. That's what I did this other card with. And we want to just follow that routine. That way I know that I'm doing, that's kind of how I cased it in the catalog. And so that's how I want to keep it. Our next one is Granny Apple Green, and that is a flower, which makes sense. Green growing flower. Okay, so these are here. And here's our flower and our Granny Apple Green. I'm still in here. Good, good, good. And last, we have Daffodil Delight. No, we don't. We have Balmy Blue as well. So Daffodil Delight, and that's the birds in the branches. I think I need to ink my Daffodil Delight. I need to re-ink this pad. Let's see. Yeah, it's okay. It's a little, it needs some ink. And a balmy blue last, and use the flower to do that. Oops. That one might need ink too. Okay. Yeah, that one. I need to re-ink that pad as well. So it's wise to, I will probably take those all tomorrow and work on them. Or tonight before I go to bed, I'll re-ink some of these pads so they'll be ready to go. Okay, now we're going to take the postage stamp, punch, and we're simply going to punch these little guys out. And hopefully I have enough to hold on to. If not, there's a way to do it that I'll show you. Okay. Yeah. If I make that work, I'm good. I am good, good, good. Oops. Oops. I would have your scrap pieces a little bit bigger. Okay, so then what happens is I take a scrap here. Let's find a scrap. And I'm going to cut a piece of it about so long because I might need more. Scissors here. Put some adhesive on it. Stick this little puppy just to the edge of it, just enough to hold it, to get it in there, to position it. And I think my my paper is too, that's why it wouldn't go down. I almost had it by shaking it, but my paper was too deep to go in. So then we just put it in like so. Punch. And the little piece that stuck to it, we just pull it off. And that one's done. And we can use this again. Let's see, this one's probably the same way. Yeah. Make sure that you make your scraps big enough to have to be able to hold on to them. Otherwise, you're going to be playing like this game. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the same. And so I'm doing this out of the camera probably, but let's show you. I learned this a long time ago. I mean, a couple of years ago. Because I was really frugal with paper, more frugal than I really needed to be. And I wound up needing extra assistance to put my pieces in the punch. And some of the punches were harder to do than others, so this just is fine. So we'll punch them all out. And the stamp, like I said, you can see It's perfect. The stamp itself is perfect for the punch. It makes a, if I could hold still, we'd be in good shape. Okay, that's, oh, I did that down a little low. No, wait a minute. No, I didn't. Remember, I had stamped flowers on the back of this. This is what we wanted, so it's not low. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so we have those done. We can put our stamp away. We have our vellum 2 1/4 inch circle that you saw me punch. So let's construct this card. The first thing we'll do is use liquid adhesive. I think I was gonna put this on dimensionals, but I think based on, let's see, let's get this pink Post-it out of here and see. I don't think I will. I think I'm gonna leave it on, I'm gonna use liquid adhesive and adhere it down. And I'll probably try to use more liquid adhesive than I do the tape runner, because I don't have the Stampin' Seal Plus. And the Slimline card, the downfall to me is that it takes a whole piece of cardstock. I mean, it ruins a whole piece of cardstock. You can't, in our normal A2 size cards, you can get 2 cards out of 1 piece of cardstock. But with the Slimline, it's just a bigger, it takes all of it. So let's put the inside. Oh, I see a smudge. I had ink on a finger or something. I see a smudge here, right here. So I'm going to stamp. I have one more stamp that I have not used. And I think I'm gonna stamp, no, I'm gonna stamp, well, let's just do the postage, the canceled postage. Where is it? On here, and the Blushing Bride. Let me find it here. Sorry about that. And I'll try to make sure I get it on that, the spot where my ink is, where I have a smudge. Yay, da 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 da. Did not. I did it. Did not get it there, but that's okay. It's handmade. I've heard other demonstrators say that people appreciate it anyway because it's handmade. What do you think? So let's take your pick tool, and these are pretty flat. These let's just, so it'll go okay on there. And let's just go ahead and put one here. Okay. That's how I solved that. And I think it'll be okay. There's a smudge here too. I must have, I don't have ink. Oh, I do have a little bit on the edge of my fingers. Doggone it. That's just what happens. So, okay. So we've glued the mat down. Let's now put our focal piece down, our Whisper White, regular Whisper White. It's time for me to get new glue out. Almost. And I think we're okay there. Yeah, we're good. Now, the way I did this was interesting because I wasn't sure. I mean, when you start laying them out on here and you have one down and one under that, and it's like, okay, so I guess I could have done 2 down this far apart, but I just I wasn't sure, so you know, I didn't eyeball it like I should have, so that's why I came up with the I called it the brace, a brace to put them to, and then that goes down. You never see it, but the Daffodil Delight is the first color, but where's my granny apple? Did I not punch it out? Did you see me not punch my granny apple out? Oh dear. Oh, where did that little puppy go? Card number 2. I did stamp it. Oh, here it is. Whew. You guys are probably sitting there looking and saw it, and I didn't. So, okay, let's see. Let's do the granny apple here. I'm kind of trying to get a eyeball. The only thing is, I think this went. I think I wanted to do this way, and then I put the the Mango Melody, this under, and this over, and this. So they just have to come down a tiny bit, but if I put them on this bridge, then I can line them up the way I need them to line up. So what I did with the other card is I started by putting dimensionals on the back of all of them, top and bottom. That way my string, my twine can go through the middle of them. It won't matter that they're slanted. After I get the dimensionals on them, then I can not take the covers off, but I can then place them with glue in the center part. I'll put the glue. So this is probably, I could be making this more complicated than it has to be. I'm sure there are those out there that will say that I was doing it wrong, but I think it's mine this way. So I am casing it. It was in our bundle focus brochure. I mean, our that we could in order to try, you know, to show our bundles, and this was the bundle I wanted to focus on because it is the very easiest thing I think to get for somebody that's really starting out. Even it's a perfect bundle. the stamp set, even if you don't get the holiday one, the posted for you and the punch, you can do so much with that. You don't have to have a whole lot of, all you need a trimmer. You need a Stampin' Up! Trimmer, which, or you need a trimmer. I would not take anything for my Stampin' Up! Trimmer, and I just had some rewards, and I purchased another one. But, to cut your paper. Other than that, you cut your cardstock, you could, the sky's the limit with making cards with this. I mean, really, really, really and truly, I believe that. So, this is our bar. And we know that we have to get this on in the center. We have to get this on here. So let's go ahead and I want to make sure. So am I out of screen? I am, aren't I? Let's move us up a little bit. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Okay. I don't need that right now. Blushing Bride. And that is under. Gonna go right there. I need to get 3 more on here. That's gonna be not as easy as I thought, but they do overlap, so Blushing Bride, and then the Melon Mambo goes under the Mango Melody, and I might need a little bit. I'm going to use this strip that I cut for my sentiment. I'll try the sentiment on this other one because I need more. I need more space. So let's go ahead and this way. Let's put adhesive right here and bring this down in the center. And then we're gonna do this adhesive in the center. Liquid adhesive. So that takes care of that side. The Blushing Bride has, they'll easily slip under because we haven't done anything but put centerpiece of adhesive. We haven't taken the backing off of our others, so I think we'll be good here. And this, the beauty, I can cut this down if it's too, it is too long, I know that. Melon Mambo. Mango Melody. We have some M's going here, don't we? Mango Melody. We want to make sure it's there. This one we want to go under, and then barely. Boy, I needed all that. I might have spaced them too much, but apart, but that's okay. Let's just bring that, and then this. All we need is just the tip to fit, and we're good. Okay, and I'm using my silicone mat for this to place adhesive because this way it gets on the mat, doesn't get on the paper, except one spot there where I went off the mat. And that will clean up really easy. So now the thing we want to do is remove, I'm going to take your pick tool. This is perfect to remove the backings. You just simply lift them all up. and I think this will be fine. Let's put those in the garbage now. And then here we go, here we go. Now, I shouldn't have taken the backing off yet of these. Tell me why. Because I haven't put my twine on yet. So I'm going to lay this down. The beauty of this is the silicone mat will allow me to do that. So I made, I said 2 lengths of twine. I think I said 26 inches and 15 inches. You don't know if you really need that much. That's a matter of what you want to do. And actually, these are 2 24-inch pieces, but, no, I'm going to cut the 15. I'm going to cut 15 inches and show you to make a double bow. If I have one made already in case I struggle. So let's put this down. And remember, we're going to have this, and I still now need to stamp the sentiment on this strip, and I hope it will fit. But we need this down because the thread is going to go over the piece of vellum, and I'm going to put a center dot. I think it'll be covered by the sentiment. Won't have to worry about it too much, I don't think. And these are our glue dots, and they're excellent for so this puts it about right, I think. So that glues to that. Okay, now we're gonna bring this up. And I may have this wrong, but it needs to wind twice, and it will. Okay, it will. And I'm going to tape it on the back, just in case you didn't know what I'm doing. I did it before I wound it and tied it, and I struggled a bit with trying to place it the way I wanted it. So what I wound up deciding is I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus would work nicely to do this, but I'm going to use some tape. But I don't want that tape to go on my dimensionals. So let's bring it up. This is, even though I made one already, last night I had not made the card yet. I made it with you, so I made another one later, but okay, so this piece of twine, and see, this twine gets into these little grooves, so it tends to, we want to get it placed the way we want it, because then it'll stick in the groove. And I did not want the twine to get on the dimensionals, because I want them to totally adhere to the card. I mean, just didn't want that to happen, so let's cut that piece of tape and take it off. I don't want tape on the dimensionals to stop their stick. Okay, now, so now we're at the point where we can place this in a nice spot that I think I'm doing it correctly. So now then, like I said, what I decided to do with the other twine, if I can find it, and it probably went flying somewhere. My mercy. My mercy. Okay. Well, tying a double bow was my plan with that extra twine. And, oh, here it is. Okay. So to do that, you just double it over, and then you want to just make your little bow like so, and you want to make sure that it's like so, and then just cut this this double loop, so you have 4 tails, and you're going to cut them, and then we're going to place it with a glue dot, a rolled over glue dot, rolled on itself, and I'll use my tweezers for that because I really like them. I mean, I had trouble learning to use these tweezers. I only knew tweezers that were apart like this, and then you squeezed and they went together. So I had to learn to squeeze them and open them, and these will hold a piece of some thread tied together while you tie a bow if you need it. So I'm going to just roll the glue dot over on itself, make it really tiny, a little roll, and we're going to put it on this twine, and then we're going to put it right down on this. And now we're going to stamp our sentiment, since we didn't do it, in Blushing Bride, and we're going to pray that it'll fit. I think it won't, but because this is a little smaller, at the 3/4 piece that I used behind these postage stamps would have worked. But let's see. I don't want to put my head in here, but I need to get above it. Hopefully my Blushing Bride doesn't need to. Let's see. I have to look at it. How cockeyed is. That's good. That is very fine. For me, I'm good with that. Now, I'm going to take my paper snips, and I like to do this with it, and I like to do this. Now that's just an eyeballing it. I didn't do measurements. I didn't do anything special. But I am also going to cut it closer to the words, I believe. I shouldn't have slanted it yet, but oh well. So it's a little cockeyed, but it's not the worst. So I'll take some we'll take some mini dimensionals, and I'll use the take your pick tool, and oops, didn't mean to do that exactly. Well, that is not what I wanted to do. We want to put a mini dimensional on here. I'm going to take my tweezers. I think I'm better with the tweezers. Oops. think I used those last night. And I'll put a nice row of them, because I feel like if it goes through the mail, it won't crunch so bad, and it won't give, and it won't buckle. It should stay nice and firm without getting real weavy and wavy. And for good measure, I'm going to put one more, because I guess you can always have enough, but oops. So let's take the backs off of these. I can't wait to get rid of these nails. This is powder gel over my nails, and the guy did them really thick. I talked about this the other day. They're too thick. I don't like it. I just do not like it at all. Now, I'm not happy with the way this comes down, but it's okay. It's okay. Because our vellum is flat, we could do what we did. And now, let's see what we can do with our little pretties here. Our little pretties. I'm excited. This is my second video. I'm focusing on the Posted For You bundle. And there are 4 cards I'm gonna make with this bundle, and 4 videos. So this is my second. And pool party, this would be more of a pool party color, I think. But let's just go ahead and put one up here. Let's put a daffodil one here, or sort of a daffodil. What shall we put over here? Let's see. We have blue on the end. I kind of like these. Let's put one of these here. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did 5. And I'll let that be. That means there's 2 of one color, because there's only 4 colors. Here. Put these away. And the way I store them is I put the slick back to back. And they should, for some reason, there's some sticky on one of, oh, that's this one, has some sticky on it. But anyway, that's what I do. Makes it, wow, that fell off. Makes them store nicer and come apart nicer if they don't have gum on the back, gummy stuff on the back. Okay, we're almost done here. The one that fell off, what are we gonna do with that? It fell off, so it has no sticky. I have a little tiny glue bottle of some not Stampin' Up glue, and I'm going to go ahead and put, maybe not, I don't know where that sequin went. If I've lost it, that's okay, because I didn't really want to put it on there. But I didn't want to waste it. so I thought, well, I'll just use it anyway. And it's gone, so we don't have to do it. We don't have to deal with that. So this was a tiny, this is like glitter glue I got from Amazon. So that's it. What do you think? Sending love your way. Happy little bit late birthday. I wouldn't stamp this background on the next card. I wouldn't do that. This is okay, but I think a different type stamp, that's way too much on there. And the special delivery is not really showing, so so that defeated the purpose the way it turned out. I think to find a background stamp, another stamp with some dots on it, or any, we have just a lot of different stamps in this other festive post stamp set. There's stars here. I don't know how that would look. Or actually, you could just edge with these, maybe with these flowers. I'm not sure if that would look good either, but there's always something. Or you could leave it blank and not do anything. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll give me some likes and maybe some spreads around. And I'm gonna, like I said, I'll do all of them at one time. I'll upload all of them to my YouTube. And you could go to my YouTube channel by searching for Lindell's Card Escape or Lindell Ivy. I think I'm still an Ivy on my YouTube channel. I have a blog, and I showed you that. Lindell's Card Escape blog, I believe it is. And then there's my Facebook page. And one thing that I want to do, I didn't do last night, I want to talk to you about something that's kind of become near and dear to me. And it's my macular degeneration. It is progressing. And had I been given something like this 6 or 7 years ago, had I known, I may have caught it early enough to be more treatable than it is now. This is an Amsler grid that's given, and maybe you already, if anybody that's watching maybe knows what this is, but you put this, I put this up on my bathroom mirror is where it goes. And in the morning, after I've gotten my face washed and my teeth brushed and everything, and I'm good awake, I put my glasses on and I cover one eye, and I look at this dot in the center. And if there's, and for me now, you have no idea. All of these lines are crooked when I look at with my left eye. Not all of them, but most of them. They just go jagged, jagged, jagged like this. When I look with my right eye, that's something I have to discuss with my doctor, with my retinal specialist on my next injection, and I should call them and discuss it sooner. But there's a big blotch right here when I look with my right eye, which tells me that it's possible that eye has gotten wet and it is bleeding. So the injections are for that. They won't help the dry, but they will help. So, you know, like I said, I tape it to the window. You can get these. If you can't find one somewhere, you can like message me and I'll be glad to mail you a copy of it. But these are some of the things that happen, and that can happen. I have this now, this type of lines really bad. I don't have any failing ones. I don't see any black blotches. I see black blotches at night, in the night, when I get up to go to the bathroom in the dark with my eyes open. I mean, if I look, you know, look toward the light or what have you, I have black blotches sometimes, big ink blotch looking in both eyes. So that, but I don't have that on the grid when I look at the grid. So peripheral vision is not affected. It's your on-site, it's your straight on-site vision. So that's why it's so pertinent to get it, to try and catch it early and get it treated, so that you can drive. You don't have to worry about, nighttime's hard to drive anyway because I have lots of halos and what have you. But anyway, I wanted to pass that on and share it because it's not a joke, macular degeneration. It's there, and I think it's something I would have never thought that would happen to me. It makes me feel real handicapped to some degree, and it's hard. So anyway, I'm glad that I can still craft and make cards, and I'm gonna let everybody go now. You probably already left, but anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.